So let me tell you guys a story. Once upon a time in 2014, the Marvel fandom decided to leak a trailer a few days early for the then upcoming movie Avengers Age of Ultron. And since Marvel is probably one of the best companies out there, instead of, filing a lawsuit or being really bad about it, they took it very well. They made a joke about it on Twitter, and not only did they release the trailer in full high definition a few days later, but they held a giant press conference at the El Capitan Theater in Los Angeles announcing their full lineup of movies for Phase 3. In this lineup included movies that got a lot of people excited, like Civil War, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, but somewhere in the middle of that was Thor Ragnarok. Now don't get me wrong, I'm sure there were a lot of people excited to see the God of Thunder back again, but for a lot of people, especially after those first two Thor movies, they weren't really that hyped up, and quite frankly, neither was I. I wasn't really all that interested in Thor as a character, and, compared to all those other movies, it just seemed like this was yet another pointless in-betweener, and it was just going to give us more of the same stuff, and it was going to be really lame. Hey guys, JamesMCD Reviews here, and welcome back to Marvel Month. Today I'm going to be talking about Thor Ragnarok, directed by Taika Waititi, released in 2017. Imprisoned on the other side of the universe, the mighty Thor finds himself in a deadly gladiatorial contest that pits him against the Hulk, his former ally and fellow Avenger. Thor's quest for survival leads him in a race against time to prevent all-powerful Hela from destroying his homeworld and the Asgardian civilization. So after the first two Thor movies were kind of disappointing, and after he really didn't make that big of an impact in the Avengers movies, I was a little bit concerned for this movie. But then when the first trailer started coming out with all the bright neon colors and 80s music and the immigrant song in the background, I was starting to get really excited. And then when I saw it, I just had a ton of fun. I know people give this movie a lot of flack for being, too comedic and too over the top and too ridiculous, but, I'd rather have ridiculous than ridiculously lame. Like, this was just so much fun, a really nice change of pace. I think that Taika Waititi did a great job breathing new life into the Thor franchise and not trying to take itself too seriously and, giving you what you would expect and what you would want to see. You gotta remember, Thor is one of those cosmic level heroes and properties that is allowed to go weird and is allowed to go over the top and crazy and stuff like that. So go all the way with it. Make it colorful, make it trippy, make it, funny and fun and stuff like that. And it really works. I think the tonal shift is really good and really welcome. That being said, the movie does have some nice moments of heart when it needs to. A lot of the scenes involving, Thor and his brother and Thor losing his home and his father and stuff like that, those are really heartwarming and kind of tear-jerkers. And that stuff is great, and it works. It doesn't feel heavy-handed or anything like that, but the movie, like I said, doesn't try to take itself too seriously. It knows what it is. It's a trippy space comedy, and it works. It's really, really funny. Some jokes land better than others, but the movie overall is still really fun and entertaining. I think the action is really great. The fight scene between Thor and the Hulk is really, really cool looking and really well done. The fight scenes at the beginning and the end of the movie with the immigrant song are just amazing. And the film looks fantastic. It's like this, I believe that this exists in the same universe as the Guardians of the Galaxy. When I said that no other director could match James Gunn except for maybe one, I was talking about Taika Waititi, because he manages to match the same, not just comedic style, but visual style as the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. This film alone, I picked out probably 6 or 7 frames from the movie that I want posters of. Like, that's how good it looks. It just looks like something pulled straight out of an 80s comic book or a rock cover or something like that. I think all the characters, both new and old, are really, you know, well developed and stuff like that. I think that the tonal shift helped Thor as a character in a great way. He still remains charming and lighthearted. He doesn't try to be, you know, super serious and everything like that, but you can still see that he cares about everything that's going on. He wants to protect his people. He wants to, you know, like rekindle the relationship between him and his brother and everything like that. The connection between Thor and Loki is furthered even more here, and I think this is probably like, well, obviously the beginning of the end for Loki's character arc. I think he's come full circle at this point. He started off, you know, as a jealous, evil, bad guy, and now he's come full circle and, you know, genuinely wants to change his ways and be better. I like seeing the Hulk back. I think Mark Ruffalo does a really good job, and the CG has vastly improved since 2008. The new additions like Valkyrie, Korg, and Meek are really cool. I think Valkyrie, her backstory is really dark and really emotional, and she's just a super badass, and I can't wait to see her back in Avengers Endgame, hopefully, please, maybe. And Korg is just funny. I really liked Korg. I think the mocap on him is really good, and he's just really made me laugh. The villains are also really great villains. The two villains here, Cate Blanchett is really intimidating and really badass, and just looks like she's having an absolute blast with what she's doing. And also Jeff Goldblum. Can we just put Jeff Goldblum in more Marvel movies? I think that is a requirement from here on out. I've been sitting here for the past like couple of minutes trying to rack my brain around this movie and like think of literally anything bad that I have to say about it, and I honestly can't think of anything much. This easily could have been just, you know, another standard like boring Thor movie. Oh, let's have him go back to Earth and meet back up with Natalie Portman and Kat Dennings and all of that stupid shit. Let's have his warrior friends in there that no one cares about. But no, like, they managed to subvert all expectations. You know, they trimmed all the unnecessary weight off of the franchise. They gave you something satisfying and entertaining and still with some bit of substance to it, and it was just a great time. It was a great change of pace, and it was just so much fun. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to give this a 4.5 out of 5. But anyway, that does it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to tell me in the comments what you thought of Thor Ragnarok and when you saw it. How does it hold up? And would you like to see more Thor movies like this going forward? Because I know for a fact that I will. I'm going to be taking this weekend off to work on some other stuff. I will be back on Monday with a review of Black Panther, so stay tuned for that. But until then, be sure to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you can stay up to date on when I'm posting. Follow me on all my social media, subscribe to my main channel. Everything you need to know will be in the description. Thank you guys for watching. See you later.